is Good Morning San Diego.
You know, here in San Diego, we love spending time in the sun, if it's at the beach or just exercising. But as you know, spending too much time can be very dangerous for your health.
There's an event tonight. It's doing everything it can to protect you from sun damage. We'll talk about that and have a guest on in just a moment. Stay with us.
And welcome back. It's Good Morning San Diego. And boy, it's pretty sunny outside today, and that's what you find in the summertime here in San Diego. But there are ways that you can protect yourself from sun damage because we all know it's so dangerous for our health. So here today to talk about it is dermatologist Melanie Palm. She's joining us with 20 Lounge to talk about how important it is to keep ourselves safe in the summertime.
It's so important, and I think that's something that we at Surfside Dermatology have really stressed, and we've done community outreach such as this with 20 Lounge in order to raise awareness within the community about skin cancer. It's actually the #1 form of skin cancer. About 2 million Americans each year get the diagnosis of skin cancer, and early detection is really, really important because if you detect it early, it's so curable. So I think the next thing we want to talk about is what can San Diegans, since we're in the sun so much, and that's definitely a factor, it increases our risk of skin cancer, what can we do?
Exactly.
And so we have a model
Okay,
here
and
today.
we'll get to the 20 Lounge event in just a minute because everyone can still participate. But for all the women sitting at home right now, and you have beautiful skin.
you.
I imagine you wear sunscreen every single day.
I do, and actually 90% of our wrinkles, if you're a light-skinned person, actually comes from UV exposure. So sunscreen should be #1. You know, there's all sorts of fun products we can talk about, but that is something I really try and emphasize with my patients.
Now, Valerie's joining us this morning as our model to demonstrate ways that we can detect problems, right? Yeah. Because you often don't see it unless you go to the doctor.
So I really emphasize to patients that monthly, just like they would do a self-breast exam, you should take a look at yourself head to toe, and that includes in the scalp, around the eyes, in the mouth,
so like,
even where the sun doesn't
what are you
shine.
looking for?
So we'll talk about spots, moles, and changes.
Okay.
So first of all, you know, Valerie's had a little bit of sun damage like a lot of San Diegans had. So you notice a lot of spots. And what you're looking for is just getting used to what your spots look like. If any of them were to become pearly, translucent, brown, multicolored, that signals a change that you need to have a dermatologist take a look at.
Okay.
As far as your moles, really the most important thing we're emphasizing now is changing or new moles. Say after about 21 to 30, you shouldn't be getting a bunch of new moles. So if any of them become asymmetrical, if their border changes, if they get more than a couple of colors, if their diameter enlarges, or evolution, that's the E. Anything new or changing, that's something you want to be concerned about.
Okay.
So Valerie, you know, she got this new spot after a sunburn, and that's something I would be a little bit concerned about as a dermatologist, to get it evaluated and maybe get it checked out, perhaps do a little bit of a biopsy.
So if you notice a change, something just kind of looks different or
if
feels
something's
off.
the ugly duckling, that's something that's a good sign to check out for, or if it's symptomatic, itches, painful, or bleeds.
Okay, and did you say even check the scalp? I've never heard that.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
So you could have a loved one do that. After you're in the shower, go through with a fine-tooth comb and have them just sort of part the hair and take a look through, and your dermatologist should do that as well.
Looking for spots and moles, the same thing?
Same thing. You can get moles and you can get skin cancers in those areas as well.
Okay, I didn't even know that. Above all, though, you say put the sunscreen on every day. What do you recommend? 30?
So important.
40?
Exactly. I usually say 30 or above. The FDA has just made some changes, and what the real emphasis on is broad spectrum coverage. So there should be both UVA, which protects against aging, and UVB, which protects against burning. And you can see some of these lovely products that are carried from 20 Lounge, from Sun Balm. Many of them are 30 plus, and that's really what I emphasize to my patients is important.
And I noticed the sunscreen for your lips.
Exactly. That's important, especially your lower lip gets a lot of sun, and you want to protect it and reapply. So especially if you're outside about every hour and a half to 2 hours, you should reapply. One of these should only be good for about 4 applications to your entire body. So you should be going through a lot of sunscreen.
Use very generously.
Exactly.
Okay, so for the event this evening at 20 Lounge, it's in Cardiff and it's open to anybody.
It's open to anybody. There's a $20 entry fee at the door, and that's a donation that goes to the Skin Cancer Foundation. We're going to have lots of fun events. There's going to be some wine, appetizers, live acoustic music. We're giving away gift bags. There's vouchers for $6 per unit Botox for the first 100 people in the door. It's going to be fantastic. You can find more information by going to www.20lounge.com or calling them, and I think it's 760-230 730-6262.
Okay, and the money goes to Skin Cancer Foundation. In addition, you'll be doing skin cancer treatments and prevention and education.
Exactly. The first hour, we're doing free skin cancer examinations during that first hour. I think it's a great thing. I love to educate about this, and it's so important, especially in the San Diegan community.
Okay, and if that's the hook to get the ladies out there, then let's do it. 20 Lounge, great place to pamper and spend a little me time, right?
Yes.
Okay. Dr. Palm, thank you so much. Valerie, thank you for stopping by. We'll get the info on our website, KUSI.com, but it's today from 4 to 8 at 20 Lounge in Cardiff. Thanks, guys.